Let's pass this car up. Just to show you guys how it can pass. Hey, what's up, guys? Let's get on this moto, hop on the interstate. Aha, look at the Zaxby's sign up top is leaning. Interesting. One thing, when I was getting the Ninja 650, I couldn't really find very many videos on this. And the question I had is, how good does the Ninja 650 do on the interstate? So we're going to get on the interstate and ride, and I'll show you. The question is the Ninja 650 interstate worthy? Well, we're going to find out. Alright, getting on the interstate. Okay, 70 miles an hour, that's the interstate speed. So we're just cruising along. So 72, the tachometer in 6th gear is right around 5,500 RPMs. So that is well within the engine's capability. So this Ninja 650 definitely can cruise on the interstate quite nicely. And I am sitting upright. The wind is not bad. I can feel it on my arms a little bit. I don't feel it on my chest. I really don't feel it on my face that much. It's kind of hitting right below the camera, a little bit around my neck area and my helmet area, but a lot of it is diffused from the windscreen. So we are just cruising right along, no problems at all. And some people like to cruise a little bit faster than 70. So I'm doing 85, and it's at 6,500 RPMs. The wind is a little stronger. You can feel the wind pushing. Now look up ahead. This is kind of a problem that you get on the interstate. You get everybody in the left-hand lane, and they're like a train of cars, and they just all drive like 80 or something like that, or 75, and sometimes they slow down to 70. But you can't get around them because they just stay in that left-hand lane. I'm gonna go around this truck. I'm in the car train now, and the wind is a little better in the car train. I definitely don't want to tailgate on this car up here, so I may have cars that come up and pull in front of me, because I'm definitely going to leave a big gap between me and that car. And I don't want to hang out next to a truck, so I'm going to zip up and get ahead of that truck right away. And I don't want to be in anybody's blind spot, so I'm not going to linger around beside another car in their blind spot in the left lane. Right thing to do is just to stay in the right lane and get in the left lane only if you're passing. But yeah, this bike is handling this interstate easily, no problem. It's very smooth, there's hardly any vibration. There's always a little vibration, but it's small. It's good to have gloves on. That helps absorb some of the vibration on the handlebars. But I like to keep a good distance between myself and the car in front of me in case I need to stop. I like to drive on the left side of this lane so that cars behind me are going to respect me and they're not going to try to pull over onto me. I am taking up all the space I can take in my lane. If I need to move over a little bit, I'll move over, but I'm going to pretty much stay on the left-hand side of this lane. All right, let's pass this little bundle of cars. Turn signal, look left. Uh-oh, they're turning turn 2, so we'll just cruise with them. And we're just cruising by these cars. We don't want to stay in their blind spot. We want to keep moving. Right now we're in the passing lane, so we are passing cars. When we're done in the passing lane, we need to get back to the right-hand lane. The only time you'd stay in the left-hand lane is if both lanes are full of cars. All right, we're back to the right lane. But look up there at the train of cars. There's about 30 of them all lined up. There's a car way up front kind of blocking, driving a little bit slower than the rest of them. So the rest of them are going to stay in that left lane. I don't like to play in those trains because people get a little bit aggressive. They try to pass each other. I just sit back and let them do whatever they're trying to do. But see, I'm doing 77. And then this left-hand lane, because there's so many cars, they're going to be slowing down and speeding up and slowing down and speeding up. But we're making a nice click in the right lane. No problem. It's summertime, so I have my sleeves. You see that my sleeves are on the outside of my glove, so the wind will go down my sleeve and keep my arms cool. These are gauntlet gloves, but you can still put the sleeve on the outside of gauntlet gloves. Now, this bike is the Ninja 650 in its element here on the Interstate. It's this, what this bike is designed for. It somewhat is. There's one thing that it's missing. One thing that it's missing. Wonder if anybody can guess what that is. I've complained about it before. I'm going to get over here in this lane. But the one thing that's missing from this bike is a cruise control. So my right hand on the throttle is going to get fatigued after about 15 or 20 minutes on the Interstate. All right, let's see how this thing does passing. Easy. This bike can easily pass on the Interstate with authority. There is no problem. Right now the revs are, I'm doing 76, so the revs are right at 5,800 RPMs. And that's kicking into the power band of this bike. So this bike has good power. Okay, there's somebody merging. I don't want to be beside that car. See, we're getting a lot of cars in both lanes now. So riding in the right lane is okay, but riding in the left lane is also okay. It's kind of not becoming a passing lane anymore. But I'm still passing. So my right hand is starting to fatigue a little bit. There's some things I do to ease it. Right now I have the full grip. Sometimes I'll just do my thumb and my hand kind of like a clamp and let my fingers rest. And I'll rest my fingers, you see, on the on the front brake. I also have this O-ring right here that I can slip over between the throttle and the bar end, and it will work. But right now I'm on the interstate, I'm behind cars, I've got cars behind me, and I've got hills. This guy doesn't work real good on hills. It'll go slow up a hill and then fast down a hill. That's why cruise control is a lot better. But if you're out by yourself on the interstate, you can lock in that O-ring. It's kind of like a throttle lock, and it will help. Okay, we're able to get in the right lane up here. So let's get in the right lane and pass this car on the left. No problem. This bike can handle the interstate. I think the top speed on this bike is around just in the 130, low 130s. So it's got plenty of power and plenty of speed. Once you get that speed too, the wind gets pretty powerful. And this windscreen is really small. And you'll feel it on your helmet. It presses my helmet up to my face pretty good, where my nose just barely feels the inside of the front screen. I don't know if my helmet's the right size, but that wind gets to where it's really pushing on the front of the helmet. But I'm not gonna hang out in this truck's blind spot either. I don't want to stay. I'm gonna get over here in the right-hand lane now. I'm out of the passing lane. That way any cars or motorcycles that are really going fast in the left lane, they can just get on down the road and boogie where they need to go without me clogging up the left-hand lane and keeping people from moving and getting places. This lane, I think, is a little bit safer on the interstate. Now, if this was just a highway with stop signs and exits and on-ramps and all that, this lane here, the right-hand lane, would be a little bit more dangerous. The left-hand lane might be a little bit safer, but on the interstate, I think the right-hand lane is the safest lane. The left-hand lane, you get a lot of the road rage going on over there, a lot of the action, a lot of the activity, the people moving in and out of the lane. And of course there's a lot of tailgating that happens in the left lane and aggressive passing. It's like we've got something up here on the road on the right side. I'm gonna get over. Looks like a wrecker might be picking up an RV. But it's good when somebody's on the side of the road like that. The yellow lights mean caution. It's good to give them some space. I mean, there could be a highway patrolman behind a car, or there could be a highway patrolman talking to somebody, and you want to give them a lot of space. Those guys, you know, they go through a lot. They put themselves in a lot of risky situations, and you want to kind of help protect those guys, because what their job is they help protect you in most all cases. I know there's some weird videos talking bad about the cops, defund the cops and everything, but those people are just a little bit psycho. The cops, the policemen need to be funded, they need to be taken care of, and they need to be kept safe, just like you and I do. All right, so how's this guy doing on interstate? Ninja 650, pretty good? I think he's cruising nice. No problem. Now, would I want to do an 8-hour ride with this Ninja 650 on the interstate? I could do it. My right hand and my butt would be super sore. If we had cruise control, my right hand would be better, but my butt still would be super sore. My knees, actually, after a couple hours, my knees and my feet get a little bit numb just from that position. It'd be nice to have some footrests kind of up front a little bit for the cruising. I guess you could put them on the frame slider like this and rest your feet or stand up, but I don't know if interstate riding with a Ninja 650 long distance is going to be comfortable. I think things might get a little bit uncomfortable, kind of very similar to an R7. Things might get a little uncomfortable on an R7, Ninja 650 after a while on interstate. But you know, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes on the interstate, no problem. Easy. Now see, I'm still going 77, going a nice clip, and I'm still getting passed on the left, which is okay. Look how close that car is tailgating that other car. That's what goes on in that left lane. Tailgate. You get people that are crazy, you know, tailgating like that, driving aggressively, and they'll get so angry in that left lane because somebody's holding them up that cars will start whipping into the right lane and whipping in front of them without even using turn signals, and then they get bent out of shape when somebody passes them. But that's just that left lane. It's just a lot that goes on in there on the interstate in that left. That's why I like the right lane on the interstate for motorcycle riding. All right, and my exit is coming up. Let's pass this car up. Show you guys how it can pass. No problem. And we're going to take our exit. One thing about interstate riding too, if you're somewhat new, is when you come off the interstate, you don't know your speed, and sometimes you come up to these stop signs right off the interstate really fast. So start slowing down early, start your downshifting early, and get ready to stop. Well, I hope you liked the video, and the answer to the question in my eyes is the Ninja 650 interstate worthy. Heck yeah, it is. Well, I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Your subscriptions really help. I want to try to get up to 500 subscribers. That would be monumental and would help me out a lot. I appreciate you guys, and you guys drive safe. Remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the ride, baby. Woo!